For those of you who are looking for the 2024 election to be a return of Donald Trump, you are most probably going to be met with more people saying you have lost your mind. This is what they're going to tell you. You've lost your mind. He's gone. He's crazy. Nobody wants him. He's a lunatic. Yeah. As we speak, there are individuals from organizations in groups you have never heard of who are not only planning his return, but are providing a structure and a plan for such. The American First Policy Institute, the Heritage, and others are looking at what has to be done for his return. And this is something that people are seeming or thinking is out of the ordinary. If you watch MSDNC or CNN or whatever's left of that, they will say to you, you do understand there's no chance of him winning. Wrong. I will tell you what has to be done. I will tell you where you have to go to research. And I will give you some good news if you think that this is beyond the realm of possibility, because it is not. But first, my friends, let me ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And also, my friends, before we begin, right now, those of you who are aware of the disasters that are looming, I'm sorry to say this, you can save $200 off a 3-month emergency food kit from our great friends at My Patriot Supply by going to preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. This is like nothing else. You can't replicate this. You can't go to a camping store and get some MREs and put them together. This is designed, packaged for storage, for use, reuse, with a 25-year shelf life. 21 varieties of breakfast, lunch, dinners, snacks, you name it. All of them put together for your perusal, for your gustatory delectation, for your ability to enjoy these wonderful viands and victuals in the event of what will certainly be a food disaster. Not that there's no food in the world, but that supply chains are shut down and stores are closed. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Preparewithlionel.com. If you've never thought about this, this is a perfect way to start off to build your food supply. Go to preparewithlionel.com and save $200 off a 3-month emergency food kit. Preparewithlionel.com. One more time, by the links here. The link is here. And if you're listening on a cell phone, go to the more section. It's here. And on the comment section, preparewithlionel.com. Let me explain to you how Donald Trump wins, okay? Number one, in no particular order. First and foremost, number one, he has to make sure that he has every bit of the election process watched, reviewed, protected, monitored, and the like. He has to have legions and brigades and squads and battalions of poll workers, election attorneys, and the like, standing by, ready to move in, file the necessary lawsuits or whatever in order to address the problems that we all know to be true and that are going to happen and that happened before. And you can call it election denying all you want, because remember, he has to prevent the Democrats from cheating legally, from stealing the election legally, from doing everything it has to do legally. And by the way, that covers a panoply of subjects, up to and including floating ideas of Russian interference and the like. So number one, you've got that. This is critical. This is critical. Number two, he has to understand that when he takes office, he has to make sure that he has a plan to deal with the reversal of this administrative state that occurs right now. He had a Schedule F program. He had a variety. He had ways of dealing with these SES programs and the like, these permanent, if you will, these permanent federal government. And this is not the how do I say this? This is not the shadow government I'm talking about, but he has to go in and undo this. He can't coexist. He can't expect to win in the same White House with the same people without being able to undo and reverse this system that is already in effect, who is designed and dedicated to his removal. That's simple. Number three, I think it was number three. Number three, Bobby Kennedy holds such a critical role in this. It's not even funny. Let me explain. Bobby Kennedy is looking at 70. He is the scion, the dauphin. He is a man who has lived with the benefit and the privilege of the Kennedy name his entire life. This is a man who, for reasons that I guess you could understand, expected to be respected. You know, Ted Kennedy was the father figure. Then when Ted passed away, Bobby Jr. is it. And for him to have Jack Schlossberg, his, I guess, second cousin or President Kennedy's grandson, Caroline's son, appear and say that Bobby embarrasses him, is a disgrace, he barely has any connection or knows him hardly at all. All of these aspects, all of these things together pose this monumental insult, ignominy, indignity. When he decided to challenge vaccination schedules and make links to autism, that's when it started. I don't think he saw it coming. I think he knew there would be some resistance, but that set him up. And once the conspiracy theorist label is put on you, it's indelible. You can't get rid of it. You're just stuck with it. And then that means parenthetically crazy, stupid, whatever. So he was trying to do a good job. They didn't mind when he was active. They didn't mind when he was trying to keep rivers clean. They didn't mind when he was a falconer. They didn't mind any of that. They didn't care. Even when he was going after glyphosate and all kinds of problems with industrial pollutants and the like. But this, no, this is not allowed. So that's it. Then what happens is for Bobby Kennedy to be denied Secret Service protection. If that is so horrible, that's basically saying we don't care if the worst thing happens to you. This, and you would think the Kennedy family would say, now, wait a minute. This is our uncle, our cousin, whatever. No. We may not like him politically. We may not like what he's saying. But for you to, knowing our family's history and that name and the bullseye that gives you for somebody running for office, especially today, how many of these can he possibly expect to take? How many of these can he possibly be expected to have? So if he goes third party with Cornel West, who, by the way, don't ever rule Cornel West out. He has a very, very significant faction of followers and the like, pulling away from the Democratic Party. Bobby Kennedy really pulling it away. Gavin Newsom, who was going to be the presumptive nominee, could very well drop and lose to Trump. This is critical. This is happening right now. And they feel almost, I don't want to use the word bulletproof in view of what I've been saying, but the Democrats feel almost like we have nothing to worry about, which scares me because that sounds like they know something we don't know. And I think you know what that is. This is not done. This is not said lightly. And finally, if Trump wants to win now, he has to always reduce what he says to 3 ideas, very simple ideas, repeat them repeatedly. It's a bit redundant. And give somebody a clear vision. Do not talk anymore about how you had the election stolen, how you were mistreated, none of that. What you did is only important by virtue of what you will do again. Make sure you give somebody a worldview. And if he does that, you're looking at Trump 2024. the second time in the history of our republic where a president won 2 non-consecutive elections since Grover Cleveland. Think about that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget, my friends, go to preparewithlionel.com. 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 This is so critical. Preparewithlionel.com. And this is important because you can save $200 off a 3-month emergency food kit. Preparewithlionel.com. Do what thousands of brave and smart and very clever Americans and people around the world have done by preparing with and for disaster with emergency food. And now, dear friends, I ask you to comment as you see fit.